The fascinating story of Michel Siffre, the man who lived deep underground in July 1962. French geologist Michel Siffre descended into the Scarasson Cave in the French Alps. He set up camp near a glacier, 130 meters below the surface, with only a torch as his light source and completely cut off from any indicators of time. He lived alone underground for 63 days. When he finally emerged, wearing sunglasses to protect his eyes from the sun, the world's media was waiting eagerly. Originally, Siffre had planned the expedition to study glaciers, but today, he is best known for his groundbreaking experiments exploring the relationship between time and the human body. Siffre was the first to show that our bodies may operate on their own internal clock, a concept that gave rise to the field of chronobiology, which has since become a vital area of scientific research. At the time, scientists believed the human biological clock followed a perfect 24-hour cycle. But Siffre disproved this theory. During his isolation, his wakeful periods varied wildly, from as little as 6 hours to as much as 40, but eventually averaged out to a sleep-wake cycle of about 24 hours and 30 minutes. He quickly lost sync with the natural day-night rhythm above ground, and with little to think about in total solitude, he became increasingly uneasy, like a trapped animal. But that wasn't the end. He wanted to go even deeper, both literally and scientifically. 10 years later, in his 30s, Siffre repeated the experiment. This time, he entered a cave in Texas, 30 meters below the surface, to conduct what would become the longest human isolation experiment ever attempted. Planning to stay for 6 months, he brought 3,000 liters of water and lived in total darkness. For the first 5 weeks, he maintained a 26-hour day cycle. But by what he believed was day 30, actually day 37, his routine began to break down. After an exceptionally long day, he once slept for 15 hours straight. From that point, his concept of time collapsed. His days stretched randomly from 26 hours to 50. By day 77, he began losing control over his hands and could no longer think clearly. 2 days later, he begged his colleagues above ground to let him return, but he wasn't even halfway through the experiment. He later admitted to having suicidal thoughts, though he resisted for fear of causing pain to his loved ones. On day 160, he saw a mouse and became obsessed with befriending it. 10 days later, in a failed attempt to catch it, he accidentally killed it. The experiment officially ended as planned on August 10th, exactly 6 months after it began. Siffre stayed underground another month with his team to complete tests. When he finally returned to the surface,